이곳으로 필요한 케이스에서 마이애스트.
In 2019, the MAX became infamous after two deadly crashes that claimed 346 lives. This is the story of how Boeing's newest aircraft was grounded worldwide, sparking a crisis that shook the aviation industry. The Boeing 737 was first introduced in the 1960s as a small, efficient airliner for short to medium distances. Over the years, Boeing made improvements to the design, and by the late 1980s, the 737 Next Generation NG series became the main aircraft used by many airlines worldwide. But in the 2000s, demand for more fuel-efficient aircraft grew. Airbus launched its A320neo with new engines. The 737 MAX was born from Boeing's desire to compete with Airbus's A320neo family. The goal was simple: create a more fuel-efficient aircraft without reinventing the wheel. The new engines, larger and more powerful than previous models, would allow airlines to save on operating costs. In 2011, Boeing unveiled the 737 MAX. It was designed to be a more fuel-efficient upgrade, with larger engines and enhanced aerodynamics. But the decision to install larger engines led to an unexpected problem. These engines altered the aircraft's aerodynamics in a way that could cause the plane to pitch its nose upward during flight. To counteract this, Boeing introduced the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, MCAS. MCAS was designed to automatically push the plane's nose down if it detected that the aircraft was climbing too steeply and was at risk of stalling. However, MCAS had a critical flaw. It relied on just one angle of attack, AOA sensor, a vital part that measures the angle between the aircraft's flight path and the airflow. If this sensor malfunctioned, the MCAS system could receive incorrect data, causing it to push the plane's nose down when it was unnecessary. In both the Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines crashes, the AOA sensors malfunctioned. This caused MCAS to repeatedly push the nose down, even though the aircraft was not actually at risk of stalling. Another critical issue was the lack of pilot awareness. Boeing failed to inform pilots about the existence and functioning of the MCAS system in their training manuals. Pilots were not trained on how to disable MCAS in an emergency, leaving them ill-prepared when the system malfunctioned. In both crashes, the pilots tried to fight the system and regain control of the plane, but MCAS kept engaging, pushing the aircraft's nose down again and again. As the crashes were investigated, Boeing faced severe scrutiny for its role in the design and certification of the 737 MAX. It was revealed that Boeing had not fully explained the complete details of the MCAS system to regulatory agencies, including the FAA. In fact, the FAA had mostly relied on Boeing to certify the aircraft itself, allowing it to skip more detailed safety inspections. After the grounding, Boeing worked tirelessly to modify the MCAS system. The software was updated to make the system less sensitive and to ensure that it would only activate if both AOA sensors indicated a risk of stall. Boeing also introduced additional pilot training, including how to override MCAS in case of failure. In November 2020, after nearly 20 months of grounding, the 737 MAX was cleared to fly again. Despite returning to service, the Boeing 737 MAX is forever marked by the tragic accidents that led to its grounding. The crisis has reshaped how the aviation industry views safety, regulation, and transparency. The legacy of the 737 MAX reminds us that in aviation, safety cannot be compromised. The trust of passengers and airlines must always be a top priority. This is the story of the Boeing 737 MAX, an aircraft that promised to revolutionize aviation, but instead became a symbol of cautionary lessons learned the hard way.